Good evening and welcome to the November 1st Penfield Town Board Legislative Meeting. If you'd like to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Drawe.
Here.
Kohl.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Ockenden.
Here.
Thank you. First order of business here is communications and announcements, and I will start with our town clerk, Ms. Steckloff, if you'd like to start us off.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor. Today, the town clerk's office began selling leftover first-come, first-served deer management permits. As you all know, it's DMPs. Applications for DMPs cannot be done over the phone, online, or through the mail. They must be done in person through my office or other license issuing agents, such as Dick's Sporting Goods. Hunters may apply for and receive up to 2 additional DMPs in the available wildlife management units, and DMPs are only valid for antlerless deer in the wildlife management units for which they are issued. For more information, please visit the DEC website or call my office at 585-340-8629. The general election will be held next Tuesday on November 7th from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Early voting has begun and will continue through Sunday, November 5th. During early voting, a voter may choose to cast their ballot at any of the 13 early voting polling sites in Monroe County. It does not have to be within your town. This is for your convenience. If you're working out of the town of Penfield, you can go to any one of those 13 sites. Please visit monroecounty.gov/elections for voting times and locations. The polling site location designated for early voting in Penfield is Holy Spirit Church at 1355 Hatch Road. Please call the Board of Elections at 585-753-1550 for more information. And lastly, the 10th annual public menorah lighting event at Shuffleburger Park in the Four Corners of Penfield will be held on Monday, December 11th at 5:30 p.m. Donuts, latkes, or also known as potato pancakes, and chocolate gelt, which are chocolate coins, will be served. This event is free to the public. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Ockenden.
Thank you. First, just a reminder that the town of Penfield does have some employment opportunities available. You can check those out by visiting the town website at www.penfield.org/employment for a listing of the positions and the application process. Also, regarding our boards and committees, there's some opportunities. If you're interested in serving on a board or committee, the town of Penfield welcomes your interest. You can contact the supervisor's office at supervisor@penfield.org to express that interest. Even if there's no immediate vacancies, we will definitely keep your information on hand for consideration if any opportunities do arise. It is worthy to note, too, that certain boards and committees offer memberships to high school students as well. So again, you can contact the supervisor's office directly with any interests. Support families in need. This holiday season is rapidly upon us. The Penfield Ecumenical Food Shelf is reaching out for your support in the form of volunteers, supplies, and financial assistance. If you'd like to make a difference in the lives of Penfield families in need, we encourage you to take action today. To discover ways to get involved, please visit the Food Shelf's website or send an email for more information. The website is, I think, on your screen there, www.penfieldecumenicalfoodshelf.com. You can help make a world of difference this holiday season. Help bring a new transportation option to Penfield. The Regional Transportation Service, RTS as we know it, currently does not offer on-demand services in the town of Penfield. On-demand services enable residents to conveniently schedule pickups and drop-offs within the Penfield area. We urge our community members to take action by reaching out to RTS customer service at 585-288-1700 and express your desire to have on-demand services extended to Penfield. This service can be a lifeline for those who lack reliable transportation or may require it in the future. The cost of this service is remarkably affordable, only amounting to a few dollars. Your support in communicating our community's interest in on-demand services to RTS is greatly appreciated. Together, we can enhance transportation options in Penfield and improve the quality of life of our residents. And of course, daylight savings time is upon us Sunday, November 5th. When you move your clocks back, also please remember to replace your smoke alarm and carbon monoxide batteries. It's an annual reminder we like to pass along, so please move your clocks and change your batteries. Not sure I'm happy to report this one, but the winter parking restrictions begin on November 15th to April 1st. From 2 a.m. to 7 a.m., there'll be no on-street parking of any vehicles on the roads or shoulders, including highways. Again, for more information, you can visit www.penfield.org/snow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Kohl.
Okay, I have 4 announcements. Okay, the Penfield Library has their holiday schedule listed. So note that on Friday, November 10th, it's closed for a staff training. Wednesday, November 22nd, closes at 2 p.m. And on Thursday, November 23rd, they're closed for Thanksgiving. And next is the bench dedication. That's something I've been involved with, so I'm pretty excited about. Penfield Recreation and Penfield Rotary have teamed up to pay tribute to the memory of Nels Carmen by dedicating a bench at Shadow Pines on November 7th at 4 p.m. To participate, meet at the Clark Road Barn and follow the trail to Nels' favorite tree, where the event will take place. And this is Rotary. He was a longtime Rotary member and a longtime Penfield Trails Committee member. And Rotary had a bench that we fixed up to put with the gazebo back here in this park that came from Shadow Pines. But what we did was we took that bench and the Parks Department brought it over to the property Shadow Pines, and the Trails Committee bought a dedicated plaque that says in memory of Nels from the Penfield Rotary and Penfield Trails Committee. So this is the dedication at his favorite, under his favorite tree, and he would have his birthday on that date too. So it's very good, and he was just such a community guy. So we wanted to do something, and so that's next week on Election Day. And next, I got a couple of things for December. The Penfield Symphony has their Christmas concert. It's called Of Drama, Hope, and Joy on December 4th at 7:30 at the high school. You can get tickets at penfieldsymphony.org. And the Town of Penfield's Holiday Blast is Saturday, December 9th at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Get ready for the annual Holiday Blast in the Town of Penfield. The event will take place 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Community Center. Join us for an exciting day of games, crafts, music, and more. And don't miss a special surprise visit from Santa. Additional details can be found at penfield.org/events. And that's what I have.
Thank you so much. Councilwoman Lee.
Thank you. Good evening. If you haven't already seen the production of Lobby Hero, you can catch their last performances at the Penfield Community Center stage. This is being presented by the Penfield Players. They have a few more performances the weekend of November 3rd and 4th, 5th, and then the following weekend. You can reserve your tickets online. The Penfield Trails Committee is hosting another of their guided walks at the this one's going to be at Gosnell Big Woods in Webster on Saturday, November 11th at 10 a.m. Event details can be found online. The event itself is free, but we appreciate registrations ahead of time through Penfield Rec. With the leaves coming down, we're asking for a friendly reminder to avoid storm drain blockage. It's a critical issue for the town and creates elevated stormwater, which increases our maintenance costs. It also poses a danger to cyclists and motorists and can cause increased flood risks. There are things that residents can do, like leaving your leaves off the street, leaving your grass clippings on the lawn, or sweeping or mowing, blowing them back onto your lawn. You can make compost. You can, whatever it is, just to keep them out of the drains.
Right.
The 2024 lodge and shelter reservations will open soon online. Penfield residents may reserve their preferred lodge or shelter spaces starting December 6th, and then registration to non-residents will open thereafter in January. To secure your spot or get more information, please visit our website, the Parks page, and reservations can be made there as well. I feel like we just finished Halloween, we're skipping Thanksgiving and reading announcements for Christmas, but Penfield residents and children can send letters to Santa. They would be sent to our Penfield Recreation Department. Each letter is read, and then Santa himself will send a personal reply to each child just in time for Christmas. To ensure that these letters can be replied to, please send your postmarked letters no later than December 9th. Don't forget to include your return address as well so Santa knows where to send the response. If you have any questions or just more information, feel free to contact Penfield Recreation. And the letters can be sent to their care as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just had a couple announcements here as well. So the Town of Penfield has renewed its Community Choice Aggregation CCA program with Good Energy, and as the program administrator and Constellation New Energy as the energy supplier. The renewal includes introducing new fixed rates, which will take effect in December 2023. The default product, Penfield Green, offers residents 50% renewable electricity, while Penfield 100 offers 100% renewable electricity. The new rates for the program are as follows and will remain those fixed for 2 years. Penfield Green is a 0.09 cents per kilowatt hours. Penfield 100 is a 0.10 per kilowatt hours. Eligible residents are automatically enrolled in the program according to New York state law, but they may opt out at any time. If you wish to opt out before the new rates take effect in December, you must do so by Thursday, November 16th, so that the opt-out choice can be reflected in your December billing cycle. Residents who have previously opted out of the program do not need to take any action and will remain opt-out. For more information and to access additional resources for this, you can visit www.penfieldcca.com. And on Saturday, October 14th, Councilwoman Kohl, Councilman Ockenden, and myself attended the Penfield Department of Public Works open house event, where visitors were given the opportunity to interact with the various DPW trucks and equipment. I think you had there's some video there. It was a great, well-attended event, and families and children had a chance to get up close view of the large trucks and tractors. I think even Councilwoman Kohl, she was on a couple of the big trucks as well. I thought that was fun. DPW Director Eric Tate, who's here tonight, I wanted to thank him. He led 2 guided tours that provided insight to the facility's constraints and future plans, which we all know here are well needed here in the town of Penfield. So again, thank you, and thank you, Eric, and all the staff of the DPW. I think just about all the guys were there. Appreciate that for a nice Saturday. And also, last week, we were able to have we had a dedication up in the Four Corners. The Genesee Valley Regional Market Authority awarded the town of Penfield a $9,288 grant to celebrate the town's rich agricultural history and enhance the Four Corners district. In honor of this grant, a ribbon-cutting ceremony was held on Monday, October 23rd in Shuffleberger Park. Community farmers, agricultural-related businesses, and Brendan Tidings from the Genesee Valley Regional Market joined the ceremony to commemorate, there he is on the screen, the occasion. And with the grant funds, we had banners promoting local agriculture-related businesses were hung on light poles in the area. There's a bronze plaque now up there that's installed in the Shuffleberger Park to commemorate the importance of agriculture in Penfield's past and its future. It was a beautiful autumn day, and I'd like to thank everyone that came out to attend that event. And over the weekend, I had a privilege of being a judge at the annual Penfield Art Association Fall Show. It was truly remarkable. It was really a nice event to witness such a good, nice array of fantastic artworks. We're incredibly lucky to hear, there's a little photo of the winner. We're incredibly lucky to have a group like them of talented artists right here in Penfield. And I got to choose the Penfield scene. There was 5. I tried to choose every single one of them. They said I had to pick one, but they were all beautiful. And one of them is where you walk over on the corner of Whalen and 5 Mile Line Road, the ponds over there. So it was a beautiful, it really was a nice pictures. There's a lot of great, it's still up, I think that it might have ended. It's up in the Legacy at Willow Pond. It was there for the month. And then I'd like everyone to join us for an opening of our new long-awaited restroom facility at Veterans Memorial Park this coming Monday at 1 o'clock. The Town of Penfield invites you to it. You'll see it on the screen there. And if you've been coming into the Town Hall Park, you'll see that they've been working on this since last spring, early summer. So this facility will include 2 single bathrooms adjacent to the softball field complex in the southwest corner here of the Town Hall Park. The project received a generous support from Senator Samra Brooke, and with the Town of Penfield covering the remaining cost. So again, if anybody's interested to meet in front of the facility, look forward to the special event and celebrating the newest addition and the newest here in the Town Hall Park, Town Hall facility. And just want to give some people please note the following changes in some office hours coming up this month. On November 9th, the Penfield Town Hall and Recreation Office will open 1 hour later at 9:30 a.m. due to an employee event. And also, all town offices will be closed for the following holidays: November 10th, which is Veterans Day, and November 23rd and 24th for Thanksgiving holidays. And last but not least, as Councilwoman Lee mentioned, we're coming into our holiday events. I'm happy to announce that the community tree lighting will be on December 1st at 5 p.m. So mark your calendars. We're excited to be hosting this down in the Shuffleburger Park, right in the Four Corners again, 5 o'clock. Additional details will be posted on our website as the date approaches. So just visit www.penfield.org. So again, we've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up before the end of the year. Thank you all. All right. Next order of business is we have a couple public hearings. Our first public hearing, number 1, is to allow an establishment of a special improvement district within the Highland Estate Subdivision at 2745 Penfield Road. So I would ask our
legal notice was published
Clerk?
in the Webster Herald on October 18th, 2023, posted on the town's website and town clerk bulletin board. 53 postcards were mailed.
Thank you, and I would ask our legal counsel if this public hearing is in order.
Yes, it is.
It is. Thank you so. With that, I will turn it over to Mr. Valentine, our town engineer, and he's going to lead us into this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So tonight's public hearing is just related to the formation of a special improvement district for this subdivision. So the subdivision was approved previously by the planning board. So that is not an action before this board. But as part of that, and as what we've been trending towards, is creating these special improvement districts for maintenance of the stormwater pond. So pretty much every new subdivision development requires a pond these days, treat and handle the stormwater from that development, and then they look to dedicate that property to the town. Therefore, it can be maintained in the future in perpetuity going forward. So tonight's public hearing, for anybody watching at home or they're here to talk about it, is for creation of a district that is basically a taxing entity for the people living within that development only. So while we copy everybody around it, there will be no change, no additional taxes. That's the whole reason to create the district, is so that those people living in the neighborhood, those people benefiting from being there in their pond, they pay for it. So future maintenance of it, future mowing, we do contract that stuff out. So we estimate an initial cost for that once it's built, once it's constructed, to cover the costs, and then every so often we update that, adjust that as obviously inflation goes up, as what the maintenance is for that pond area. I do have a map I can share as well. So this oriented north is to your right. So Penfield Road is on this side. Here is the future pond. Here's a future development. There's one existing home that's there now that it's going to be incorporated into it. It will be a cul-de-sac street. So north is to your right, so it's a 16-lot subdivision development. Ricolo's is over on this side, just to kind of orient everybody. But the area that would be dedicated to the town is the pond in the front, and then future would be the road area.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. So at this time, is there anyone signed up to speak at this public hearing?
No, there are not.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to this public hearing? Is there anyone on, I'm seeing nothing online of anyone in, you can also call in if anybody's interested in this public hearing at 340-8771. I should have mentioned that phone number earlier. Again, I'm seeing nothing on email, nothing from downstairs, nothing. Once, twice going, I guess I should say we'll close this public hearing. I don't know that I need to leave it open if there's.
I'd say it's not really affecting anybody other than the future residents that are going to move in, and they're the ones that are going to be aware once they move in. This is a cost of.
Then at this time, I'd like to
we'll
close
work with the town clerk to do the order and do the other portions. Be in order for this board to sign, creating that district, and then that'll be filed with the county clerk. Create the tax identity, go through the assessor's office. There's more steps after this, but this is one step in that process.
Good. Okay. Then at this time, I will close this public hearing. Thank you. Next public hearing, number 2, is to consider adopting a local law which would establish legislation to regulate how town-owned trees are preserved and maintained. And can our clerk, I'll turn this over to our clerk.
Legal notice was published in the Webster Herald on October 18th, 2023, posted on the town's website and town clerk bulletin board. No postcards were mailed due to this being a town-wide action.
And I would ask our attorney again if this public hearing is in order.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll turn this over to Mr. Valentine again.
Thank you. So this is the first step in achieving the Tree City USA designation. So this is something this board had tasked our EECC group to take a look at. They went out. There are some kind of standard language laws that are out there. They looked at what other communities had, and then came back, with this draft proposal for the board to consider. So the public hearing tonight is obviously input on this draft law. Subsequent to this, if this moves ahead, gets adopted form or fashion, still need to create a forestry plan. That's a recommendation out of this. We still need to make updates, modifications to our town design criteria, which identifies trees of note. Most recently, our landscape consultant, Bruce Suretsky, was in, talked with EECC about native plants, did a great presentation on that. We're already in the process of updating our stuff to note what trees are native, which ones, grow in this area, which ones are better suited for this area. So he's given us some information on that. We're updating on those. But just know that this is just the law portion of it, designating the process, and this is only for public trees. This is not on private property, just public right-of-ways, town properties, how those are governed. Subsequent to this, then we would work with EECC, where also this board has designated an allocated amount of money for an arborist in next year's budget. So we'd look to get that arborist on board, work on that forestry plan, and then work on those updated design criteria. So there's more information to follow. So that's not all here tonight, but this is just the first step in that process.
And can you confirm the town wouldn't be able to pursue the Tree Town USA designation without this initial component?
Correct.
Thank you.
This is a required element of that.
Thank you.
Okay. I believe that there's some people that have signed up to speak. Madam
Yes,
Clerk.
the first one I have is Megan Meyer.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Megan Meyer, 61 Henderson Drive, Penfield, New York. And I've been following the EECC committee on crafting this, and I really applaud them and the town for moving forward with this. In the minutes, it basically said that it was maintaining and preserving trees, but I hope that the actual tree law talks about planting trees with all the trees that we are losing with construction, and also the invasive species that has killed off most of our ash trees. So I think it is in that plan. It just wasn't in the notes in our agenda. The other thing I wondered, I also want to applaud Sarah Waterman for securing grant money to plant those 24 trees at Shadow Pines. I know that those evergreens in back of them are sorely in need for taking down because they're on their last legs, they're in decline. But we are in need of other trees in the town of Penfield. For example, our Penfield Library and Rec Center property, 4 healthy trees were taken down in this area, and they provided much-needed shade for walkers and children in our summer recreation programs. There's been no indication that new trees will be planted to replace them on this property, and I would love to see that happening as well. In reviewing the purpose of the tree law or the tree declaration, should the purpose and goals reflect the important roles trees play in our current times of climate change and biodiversity loss, which are major threats to our healthy ecosystems that support us? I don't see that in the wording there, and if you look at some of our New York State Department of Environmental Education, you're going to see a lot of that, them talking about climate change and all of that. And as I said, as the town builds out its infrastructure with new housing and cultural and economic amenities that reduces natural habitat, it's important to add trees elsewhere to replace those that have been lost. Under Section 3, Authority and Power, I'm concerned with the wording, the Director of Public Works or their designee having full authority and responsibility to plant, prune, maintain, and remove trees. I believe a town forester is best suited for overseeing the direction, advice, and instruction of town trees. Our DPW staff, with proper instruction, can implement what the town forester advocates. And I would like to see that noted in the wording of this section, just so that we have an expert. Sarah Waterman mentioned briefly in their September EECC meeting that there is a town tree department in the DPW, and I assume those are those employees that cut down trees and prune trees and everything else. I strongly encourage you in setting up a town tree board to involve residents also knowledgeable in the latest scientific conservation research, people who understand the nuances of living systems and sound ecological practices, rather than leave this to DPW employees trained in removing trees. I would encourage our town forester to offer workshops on proper pruning for those employees responsible for pruning, so that we do not see more of our native white pines pruned up to 10 feet, like what had happened in Shadow Pines last year before the mowing practices. And those trees are not going to grow those lower limbs back again. I also walked through Sherwood Field, and I noticed that all of those evergreens also are pruned up to 10 feet in height. And I don't know whether that was because of mowing practices or what the story is, but in nature you don't see those white pines pruned up to 10 feet. And I would love to see you continue your encouraging you to become a Tree City USA, because trees are so important in these times. And if you go on that Tree City USA website, they have wonderful information on the importance of trees. And I just, in this, and I gave this to Amy, I have a couple of references. We talked a little bit about adding native plants designation to that list that Bruce gave you. I did notice that in Bruce's presentation, some of the trees he had in the presentation were not on the list that he gave you. And I would love you to cross-reference that and maybe make sure some of those are on there. And not all native trees are created equal. There are some that are called keystone species, which actually support 83% of our pollinators or more. So I've given a link to keystone species in here for either our EECC people to look through or our whoever is drafting this plan. And I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Megan. Appreciate your comments. Thank you so much.
Linda Teglish.
Thank you. Linda Teglash, 3 Parham Drive in Penfield. First, yay on trees. I'm excited that we're going to look forward to having a tree town. I think that's outstanding. I love it when Penfield leads with things. That being said, I also want to make sure that we fully understand what Tree Town is going to require. And one of the key aspects of it is having an independent advisory committee. And while I appreciate the DPW having responsibility when it comes down to emergency situations, a tree is causing a dangerous situation, I don't believe that the full responsibility should be delegated to them wholesale. I believe that puts an undue burden on them to have to explain every time. They'll get the calls of, why are you taking down trees? I think it should have an arborist, an independent committee that's made up of residents of Penfield. The Tree Town also requires other things. When I first read what is in front of us today, the first thing I questioned was the forestry plan. So thank you for addressing it, that's in the works. So that's good to hear. But that is a key requirement. The advisory is a key requirement, as well as a $2 per capita investment in trees. So when we take a look at what's going to be planted, we talked about keystone, we talked about native. I'd also like to see that part of it, that we will always follow through on those things. Again, an arborist would be much preferred over a landscaping consultant. They are not the same thing. I think the landscaping consultant does a great job of saying, this will look good here, but the arborist is going to tell us, this tree is diseased, it can't be saved. This tree needs to be removed because there's issues with it, it's dying, it's decaying. I'd also like to see the tracking, the inventory of these trees. Again, when the calls start coming in, I'm sure you all received them when they started taking down trees associated with shadow pines by the Clark House. I'm sure the calls came in, why are we taking down so many trees? And you could easily respond that, well, that's because they were dangerous or they were dying or they were diseased. I think that should be public information that's accessible. So if people have questions, put that out there. Here are the trees we're removing. Make it easy for people to find the information. It won't stop people from calling, we know that, but it would be good to have it easily accessible. The mapping, the landscaping consultants, and why this is so important, and having come to the meetings over the past few months, I think everything you do, you're very good. Everybody's good on this board of reacting and responding to people that come forward, and I think that's outstanding. But it does require people to come forward and share their opinion with you. And a lot of times you don't know what you don't know. And I look back at Shadow Pines and the pickleball courts as a perfect example. When the first plan came out, there were a lot of trees that were going to be taken down. And everybody was up in arms about that. And so you listened, you pulled back and responded, which I think is excellent. But again, if we had that tree committee, if we had somebody and we had worked with who's requesting those courts go in, we could have kind of resolved that unnecessary flare-up, if you will, before we got to it. So I think this is exciting. I'd love us to move forward with the tree town. I think everything we face in climate, those trees are going to help clean the air around us. They really, really will help us. Unfortunately, they couldn't do a lot when the Canadian smoke fires came down because that was a whole nother toxic level of stuff. But everything else that we're going to need in the future, the trees in our little town will be very important. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Linda.
Kevin Barry.
Actually, that was a mistake. I wanted to do it during public participation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then we'll
Sure.
call you during then.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all. I
Oh,
have.
that's it? Is there anyone else in the audience today that would like to speak to this public hearing? Is there anyone online? I don't see anyone online. 340-8771. Again, we're on this, the Town of Penfield tree law, looking at town tree laws. No one calling in? So at this time, unless seeing anybody else, I will continue to leave this public hearing open, and then we will discuss this at our next, we'll be getting comments through November 9th. Then we could discuss this at our next work session on November 15th. Okay. So now we're going to the next item on our agenda, which is public participation now. So
Kevin Barry.
Kevin Barry, if you're the first one, would like to come up. Thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate it.
Have a good night, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hi, Kevin. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Very good.
Kevin Barry, 1876 Blossom Road. Soon you'll be voting on the resolution designating the town board as the seeker lead agency for the DPW garage project. And I just wanted to ask that you'll really take that seriously. The town board has to honestly assess the project's effects on the government, on the project, and it must be a clear town board priority. What I wanted to speak to was that you truly listen to the public. The residents are the town board's greatest resource. So, residents, whether it's accurate or not, have addressed the board to say that they presented ways to minimize trees being cut down at Shadow Pines, and people have brought up other trees being cut down that they felt was unnecessary. And also, folks have brought up that, in regard to, for example, the pickleball courts in Shadow Pines, that the board has been offered professional participation by those residents, and that it didn't happen. They didn't hear from you folks again. So I'm just asking that you ensure that this process is open and that you involve the public as much as possible and seek out public participation, include every pertinent committee to the greatest extent possible. The town needs to promote and maximize internal and external communication, the public, the committees and boards, and the town board itself. I appreciate your time and your commitment to the residents of Penfield. The job of a supervisor or council member is not easy, and people, including myself, appreciate what you do. So, thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Is there anyone else signed up to speak tonight at public participation?
No.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak? Tiffany Rice, would you like to come up? Good evening.
Good evening. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm energized. I'm doing really good. Thank you. My name is Tiffany Rice. I am at 1237 Bay Road. I'm going to read something to you because I do better that way. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to stress the significance of doing more and actively engaging with our community, particularly as we prepare to welcome a new supervisor and board members to serve Penfield. I am disheartened to not see any of the Republican candidates at this meeting this evening. Our town deserves leadership that not only takes responsibility, but also seeks opportunities for growth and positive change. One way to do this more is by creating heritage farm trusts. By utilizing available grants, which I'm all about, we can support our farmers who may not have successors to carry on their important work. These trusts can ensure that our agricultural heritage remains strong and that the farmers have the support they need as they retire. Another vital example of doing more is applying for larger grants like the Project for Public Spaces. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but it's an awesome opportunity. These grants offer substantial funding to the tune of over $100,000 for physical and program improvements to public spaces. Moreover, they provide invaluable support in terms of design, research, community engagement, and implementation as they need to be done in a certain way. This is an opportunity to revitalize a public space and foster community bonds. I bring this one up because the deadline is Monday, November 13th at midnight. GM is one of the people who is significantly sponsoring that grant in particular, and I'd be happy to send you the link. To seize these opportunities, we need leaders who show up and actively engage. We must explore resources from outside our immediate surroundings to bring fresh perspectives and new ideas to Penfield. Let's work together to ensure our town continues to thrive and that our leaders are committed to doing more, supporting our heritage, and creating vibrant public spaces. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very much. Is there anyone else that would like to speak tonight? I'm seeing.
You have a statement?
Oh, go ahead. Sure. Thank you.
Okay. And this was actually addressed to Supervisor Drawe. Hello, fellow, this is from David Best. Hello, fellow Penfield residents and town board. My name is David Best, and I reside at 39 Sunleaf Drive in the great town of Penfield. I request that the town supervisor or myself read this email during the November 1st, 2023 meeting in my absence. I am at a previously scheduled law enforcement fundraiser for families of fallen officers. I am an organizer and host of this great event. I appreciate the opportunity to provide a few brief comments. In any community, keeping residents safe must be a top priority. This is no different in our beautiful town. As retired New York State trooper stationed here in Penfield and a combat veteran of the United States Armed Forces, I understand this issue, and it is very personal to me. For our town to be the best it can be, we must ensure our residents and our business owners to feel and are safe. A safe community is a successful community. This is what I want for Penfield. As I look at the 2024 Town of Penfield budget, I am proud to see that it focuses on further enhancing public safety and continuing to grow our partnerships with my fellow local law enforcement. With this in mind, I am proud to support the 2024 budget. I'd like to thank the town board and our residents for their time and everything they do together for our community.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak at public participation this evening? Seeing no phone calls from down below? Okay, thank you. Then I guess I will close public participation. Before I go on, I did want to mention, I think when she came in, Sanat Cavalier who is our chairperson of the EEAC board, and I wanted to thank you for all the work that you and your board have done in looking at the town tree law. So I appreciate that, and I know that's something that it's near and dear to your committee, and we do appreciate all the work you've done on that. So thank you again, and thank you for coming tonight. Thanks, Sanat. Yeah.
Actually, that brings up a good point. For the comments that were received, I think we received 2 pages from Myers, and I think it was kind of laid out in a nice outline form. Would we be sharing that with that committee?
Sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, with your permission, I think it would be.
Sure.
Okay. Great.
All these comments will be for public, put under the local town tree law. We can add it to. I guess we can add it to the public hearing.
I'll be adding it to our file. And I think I sent you a copy.
The town board got a copy. I'm just, rather than telling our own committee members check the website, if we can just forward it to them so that at their next committee.
To the website? You want it on the website?
We can forward it to the EAC committee. We will. Thank you. Okay. Next, additions and deletions to the agenda. On board, any? Seeing none. Moving on, you have the approval of the minutes from your October 4th, 2023 meeting. Is there any additions or deletions to that? Seeing none, can I have a move?
Yep, sorry.
That's okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the October 4th minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
Okay,
4 ayes.
thank you so. Petitions board, anyone receive any petition this evening? Seeing none. We'll go to resolutions by function, and we begin with law and finance. Madam Clerk.
State Environmental Quality Review Act, seeker, designation of lead agency for the Town of Penfield DPW garage project.
So moved.
Second.
The town board on September 6, 2023, declared its intent to be designated lead agency for the Town of Penfield Highway Garage Project under the provisions of seeker regulations. The town board has provided written notices to this effect to be involved in interested agencies. The town board has not received any written objections from the involved agencies to the town board's designation. The town board has previously determined that it's the most appropriate agency to ensure the coordination of this action and for making the determination of significance thereon under the seeker regulations. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board does hereby designate itself as the lead agency for the action identified above herein.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I have a couple questions for Mr. Weishar. Mr. Weishar, in your capacity as the Penfield Town Attorney, do you have any reservations or concerns with the town designating itself as lead agency under the regs?
I do not.
And the seeker regulations are in order to designate ourselves as lead agent, this is a very regulatory-driven review process, correct?
That's correct. So once a project comes before the board, the typical practice would be to look at any other involved agencies, any other interested agencies, and if we declare ourselves interested in being lead agency, which we would typically do because we're the board that's going to be approving the project ultimately, we indicate our intention, and then any of the other agencies could step in and say they want to be lead agency. You have 30 days from that declaration to allow them to make that determination, and here nobody else voiced any interest in being lead agency.
And by agency, we're talking about New York State designated agencies or other governing bodies.
Yeah, the term agency is it's a defined term under the seeker regs,
Right.
And they include agencies like the town board, the planning board, the zoning board. If there were other agencies that escape me at the moment outside of the town, they would also be potentially involved or interested agencies.
Right. And the board will remember we discussed this on September 6th, and then no other agency had expressed an interest or competing interest. Okay, thank you. Nothing further.
Any other questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. State Environmental Quality Review Act, seeker, determination of significance for the Town of Penfield DPW garage project.
So moved.
Second.
This is a follow-up to the previous resolution. The town board has determined the above referenced action to be a type 1 action pursuant to Part 617 of the State Environmental Quality Review Regulations. The town board has reviewed and accepted the completed full environmental assessment form, Part 1, 2, 3, including the supporting information on the action prepared by the MRB group. The town board has completed the coordinated review and public comment period provided for under the seeker regulations. The town board has designated itself as lead agency under seeker regulations for making the determination of significance upon said action on a separate resolution on November 1st, 2023. The town board has given consideration to the criteria for determining significance as set forth in section 617.7C1 of the seeker regulations and the information contained in full environmental assessment forms Part 1, 2, 3. Therefore, be it resolved that this action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts based on the review of the full environmental assessment form. Be it further resolved that the town board does hereby make the determination of non-significance on said action, and the town supervisor is hereby directed to sign the full environmental assessment form, Part 3, the negative declaration, as evidence of the town board determination of environmental non-significance.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Bond resolution dated November 1st, 2023 of the Town Board of the Town of Penfield, New York, authorizing general obligation serial bonds to finance certain capital improvements consisting of the construction of a DPW facility, authorizing the issuance of bond anticipation notes in contemplation thereof, the expenditure of sums for such purpose, and determining other matters in connection therewith.
So moved.
Second.
The town, acting as lead agency under Seeker Act, has applicable regulations promulgated thereunder. Seeker has completed its environmental review on November 1st and has duly issued negative declaration, determined that the implementation of Type 1 action as proposed will not result in significant adverse environmental impacts. Therefore, resolved by the Town Board of the Town of Penfield, favorable vote on not less than 2/3 of all the members of the board, as follows. The Town of Penfield shall undertake certain capital improvements consisting of acquisition, construction of approximately 73,300 square foot building to house the new DPW facility and ancillary facilities, relating buildings, including without limitation a 26-bay vehicle garage, maintenance garage, administrative office, kennel space for animal control, and an attached open-air lean-to, and construction of a new salt storage building, a sand storage building, a temporary salt storage building, and a new wood pole barn, construction of a new fuel station, and acquisition of original furnishings, equipment, machinery, apparatus, and other incidental improvements that will be required in connection for the construction and town use. Also to include demolition of the existing highway garage, ancillary buildings and structures, and general obligation serial bonds in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed 25 million of the town hereby authorized to be issued in finance said purpose, and that amount to is hereby appropriated therefore in the bond anticipated notes in anticipation of the town authorized to issue to finance said purpose. Okay, that's section 1. There's a lot of sections here, and I don't know if I need to go through them all. Do you want me to read them all? There's a lot of numbers in here.
Yeah, so the draft resolution has already been publicly available.
Yes.
And the entire resolution would be included in the minutes. Mm-hmm. And, so.
It's probably good to note that it's a permissive referendum.
It is a permissive referendum. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could read it all. It's like 3 pages of it, but you can look it up right on the what I read was what the project is, and then everything else is detailed. It's the minutia of all the numbers and what they relate to.
So it's a bond. It's a bond resolution. It was prepared by bond counsel, and with the assistance of the engineering firm retained by the town for this project, and and all the details are set forth in the draft resolution, which this board would be adopting.
And just important to note, as you mentioned, that the resolution is subject to a permissive referendum of the qualified electors of the town of Penfield.
Exactly. And the section, the resolution is published by the town clerk, notice and sustainability of the form prescribed by law. So
Okay.
it's out there for anybody to take a
Any
look at.
discussion, board? Questions?
I have a couple of comments. So I think this project has been in the works for several, or it's been at least contemplated for several years, but seriously considered, I would say, beginning in February, we did receive the facility project overview that was made available to all residents. We've had a public hearing on this, or public presentations, and I know the Director of DPW is present, but if I can just summarize, I know that in the last 40 years for Penfield to have a DPW facility that properly houses and maintains all our vehicles for their proper maintenance, our staff have grown over the last 40 years. We've been told that there weren't enough locker spaces or communal spaces or even restroom facilities for all staff, particularly the female staff. We've heard that we don't have enough bays for all of the vehicles. We've heard that not all vehicles can be parked indoor during winter. I know that there's a lot of usage during winter, but it was the need for a new DPW facility to accommodate the growth of our town and the need of that department staff was made clear. We've seen the floor plan, budgeting. It's accounted for, at least subject to the referendum. But I would be supportive of this, again, the bond resolution through bond council to be presented to the people of Penfield for them to decide whether or not the town can incur such a liability to fund the project. So I think this is an opportunity, we've talked about it in public participation, for the town residents to decide whether or not these services can be accommodated. So I'm in favor of this moving forward. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
So I would just add, all of these resolutions, even though you read them, what you're really doing is you're adopting the resolutions as drafted, and the reading is just kind of extra public notice. So, the sense, otherwise you wouldn't have to necessarily read the whole resolution.
No,
so
understood.
these resolutions
authorizing the bonding for the DPW facility.
Which we have.
right.
Absolutely.
In a long-winded way with a lot of numbers.
The important part is the $25 million and the
Yes.
subject to
Yes.
a permissive referendum.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
probably the total is the most important, not to
Important,
exceed.
yep.
The,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we?
We're ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
We ready for a roll call vote? Ms.
Drawe,
Yay.
Kohl,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes.
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Tate, for coming tonight and supporting this project, too.
Adoption of final budgets for fiscal year 2024.
So moved.
Second.
The town board, having the fourth day of October 23rd, commencing at 6:30, duly held a public hearing and preliminary budgets for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2024. All requirements of Article 102 through 109 of New York State law, preparation and adoption of general highway and library budgets have been met. All requirements of Article 15 of New York State town law for preparation of adoption of the special district budgets have been met. In addition, above legal requirements, a presentation of the 2024 tentative budget was made at the town board meeting on September 6th. All persons desired to be heard in the matter of the budgets of the town of Penfield for fiscal year 2024 have been heard. Therefore, be it resolved that the final budgets of the general highway, library funds, special districts be and the same are hereby adopted as the annual budgets for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2024, and that such annual budgets so adopted be entered in the minutes and the proceedings of the town board. The annual budgets made available for public inspection at the town clerk's office during normal business hours, as well as the finance office of the town hall and the public library. Be it further resolved that the clerk of the town of Penfield certify and provide by law duplicate copies of the annual budget together with the assessment rules for the town, and provide to the supervisor of this town that the supervisor shall provide such copy to the Monroe County Legislature as required by law.
Board, any discussion?
Well,
Do you-
just that it was another good budget,
It was.
and thank you for you as town supervisor working with the department heads to put this together, and I certainly, I think it's within everything that we look for. We didn't have any new additions to it, so that's a plus. And thank you for involving us in the process and having all the opportunity of the public to see the budget ahead of time and comment when they needed to.
And thank you to Barbara Chirdo for her countless hours of work behind the scenes, helping pull that information together along with you, Madam Supervisor. So thank you.
And I think one of the exciting things about the budget this year is that we're accounting for new additional IT staff in the the days of cybersecurity, and an arborist as well. I think it was said at tonight as well during the public hearing, but we've heard as part of a lot of the projects as well as the EECC, the need for an arborist on staff, and so that's going to be helpful as the town pursues Tree Town USA designation as well.
And I just wanted, a couple comments I just wanted to make as we moved in the final step of this 2024 budget. So I was honored, thank you, to be the supervisor and play a big part in this, developing this year's budget. But I do have to also include all the hardworking staff members, department heads, and all led by our controller, Barbara Chiardo, for this. And I'm confident that we really put together a budget here that really represents the needs of this community. We worked hard. We're working hard as a board, too, to move Penfield forward by enhancing programs in our town, furthering the town some priorities, especially sustainability and public safety, two of our biggest our biggest, things that we've wanted to do as a board. They've all been done by keeping the tax rate flat and minimizing the impacts here on the taxpayers in the town of Penfield. And some of the initiatives I know were already mentioned, priorities have come to fruition. Most notably, we purchased the first ever all-electric vehicle here for the town. We received the Clear Energy Community designation. We installed God bless you. We installed an additional car charging station here at the town hall, and we planted trees. Yes, it was mentioned already before. There are 24 trees in the Shadow Pines property. We also hired a full-time security supervisor to increase patrols and security here at the town hall facilities, as well as all their town properties. We're working here, we've been working to improve our town facilities. We have various projects that have been ongoing here and continuing into the next year. We can't finish them all before the end of the year, but one comes to mind, and I know Mr. Tate and his staff and facilities people have worked on remodeling the Ruth Brayman room at the library, and painting of the will happen this winter, hopefully, at the Penfield Public Library. We recently completed some updates to the landscaping, and we've refreshed some painting here at the town hall. Keeping in mind that the process we made this year in the 2020 budget, it seems seamlessly, it builds on work that we've continued to do and we will continue to do. And we're going to expand, as everyone talked about, is the interest in tree planting as we look to adopt this, our townwide tree program. So I think that that's a commitment we have made to the town. And we're going to adding contract services such as the arborist in 2024, which Councilman Lee mentioned. Also, safety and security remains a top focus here in the town, along with, and I know that's something that's near and dear to Councilman Ockenden as well, with additional improvements, facility improvements on the way here, and specifically here at the town. In the town facilities. Again, I want to thank everyone that's involved in the department in any way in this budget process. And as I see Mr. Tate here, because his department, one of the largest really the largest, the DPW department in the town of Penfield. It's going to be a great year for our community, and this budget, I believe, lays the foundation for this success, and I was so pleased to be a part of it, and I want to thank all of you and the residents for all that you've done here for the town. So, thank you. And I guess with that, I guess we shall look for a roll call vote on that.
Okay. Drawe.
Yes.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes.
Thank you. Okay.
Setting a public hearing to consider modifications to the town's official hunting map.
So moved.
Second.
Given the new development within the town and changes in the rural character in certain areas, revisions of the official hunting map have been proposed for consideration. The boundaries of the proposed changes and proposed new limits are shown on this map and plan that are attached to the resolution. The town board designated itself as lead agency and classified the action as unlisted pursuant to seeker. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board shall hold a public hearing on December 6th at 6:30 to consider the proposed revisions and to hear all persons interested on the question of the update to the firearm discharge map. The public hearing notice shall be published at least once in the official newspaper, the first publication thereof to be no less than 10 days nor more than 20 days before the date of the hearing. A copy of the public hearing notice shall be posted on the official signboard of the town as prescribed by law.
Okay. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Setting a public hearing to consider adopting a local law for 2023 to provide a tax exemption for volunteer fire and ambulance workers.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, now this one has an amendment. Madam Clerk there, I have it that it was listed as the public hearing would take place November 1st, which is now, but it was intended to be November 6th.
December 6th.
December 6th.
December 6th at 6:30, not 6 p.m.
Yep.
And that will be amended when I put in the full vote.
Okay.
And it will be on our G Drive and also on our website.
Okay, so we won't have a special amendment to this. I'll just read it as such, and then we're good. Okay. So the town of Penfield wishes to consider adopting a proposed law which would provide a tax exemption for the volunteer fire and ambulance workers. The town board is best suited to be the lead agency. The subject application is determined to be a Type 2 action pursuant to Seeker Review Act. The town shall hold a public hearing at the town hall on December 6th at 6:30 to consider the proposal and to hear all persons interested in the question of the adoption of this local law, which would provide a 10% tax exemption for volunteer fire and ambulance workers, as well as options for 20-year members, and all provisions regarding unremarried spouses as authorized by New York State real property tax law. This will repeal and replace local law number 1, 2022. A copy of the law is attached to this resolution. The town clerk is hereby directed to publish and post a notice of the public hearing on the official signboard of the town in the manner prescribed by law. The first publication thereof to be no less than 5 days and not more than 30 days before the date set for the public hearing. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion on this?
I have a question. Is Schedule A, the proposed law, the correct?
It's not. So the
Okay.
Schedule A is Section 466A of the real property tax law,
Right.
which contains all the provisions regarding the, what would need to be in the proposed local law. There are some options to be selected, and this, the way I read this notice, the most municipalities who are adopting this are adopting kind of to the maximum extent allowed by 466A. And so I was going to talk to Amy afterwards, the clerk, about making sure that the notice of the public hearing contains the actual text of the proposed local law and not 466A. So I believe that might be in progress, drafting that. So.
Okay, and can we just get a copy of that prior to the hearing? And then, so
Yes.
is the proposal for a flat 10% or up to 10%?
I believe it's, well,
It
I
says
believe it's
18.
10%. And so we currently have a provision, so it's, I don't remember what, it's codified in our code, but it was local law number 1 of 2022, which put in place nearly identical provisions. So what the, under the real property tax law, there is a section that was like 466A, 466B, all the way down to K, and I think there are even some double letters in there as well, so that they would draft it so that it would apply to every county individually.
Okay.
They finally came around to Monroe County at the end of 2021. And so what they finally decided to do is get rid of all these sections and replace them with one statewide law that has basically a lot of the same provisions. There's a couple of minor tweaks, though, as it relates to I think maybe some of the unremarried spouse rules, that it might be a little bit different, but generally it's the same as what's already on our books. But when they enacted 466A, it included a repealer so that all of the existing exemptions under the various 466- sections will be repealed at the end of 2025.
Okay.
So what you're seeing, all of the taxing jurisdictions who want to adopt this are now catching up to that. So school districts would have to adopt it, fire districts, county. I believe the county may have already done it, or they're contemplating it, but all those different entities are in the process of reviewing it and changing their codes.
Okay, and I think 466A is up to 10%, and I just kind of wanted to see what the benchmark is, and I know this is probably, this is premature, I know this is just a set of public hearing, but.
But we want clarity when it happens.
Yes, I just want to be prepared for the hearing and clarity, and then just, of course, it's up to 10% or 10% of their assessed value, it's not like a sale value or something like that. It's going to be defined by the property law, right? And I know there's eligibility criteria, residency criteria, and then screening criteria with the fire district. So, okay,
Right, so-
all right. I just wanted to get if we can just get a copy of it, Amy. And then if I have other questions, I'll ask you, Pete.
I'll work with
kind of want to
Pete
know.
and the author of this resolution so that we can get that
Okay,
tightened
thank
up.
you.
Yep.
Thank
It's
you.
in progress. I believe the assessor
All
has
right.
a draft
you.
in the works.
Madam Supervisor, due to my participation as a volunteer first responder, I'll be abstaining from this resolution.
Thank you, Councilman Ockenden. Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Abstain.
Okay.
3 ayes, 1 abstention. Authorization for supervisor to sign a contract with Expert Environmental Construction Group for asbestos abatement services within the Ruth Bremen Room.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas asbestos-containing materials have been identified in the Ruth Bremen Meeting Room in the Penfield Community Center and requires remediation and abatement services for public safety, and whereas the Expert Environmental Construction Group is already on contract for such services, and we have the funds available in the general fund contingency account as part of the 2023 adopted budget, be it resolved that the supervisor is therefore authorized to sign a contract not to exceed $11,500 for these abatement services. This agreement has been reviewed and approved by the town attorney.
Okay. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Authorization for supervisor to sign a contract with Per Diem Environmental Services, Inc. for asbestos air project monitoring services within the Ruth Bremen Room.
So moved.
Second.
Relatedly, for the asbestos remediation and abatement services, the group that's going to be providing those will also need an independent third-party air and project monitoring services. The town has identified Paradigm Environmental Services as part of, they've submitted a proposal, and we've reviewed their professional services. The funds are available in the general fund contingency account as part of the 2023 adopted budget. Therefore, be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign a contract not to exceed $2,230 for such services.
Okay.
I just need
Are you okay?
I just
You're
need
gonna
to sneeze. But
Okay.
it's fine.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Thank you.
Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes.
Okay.
Advertising for bids for the construction of a dumpster enclosure in the Four Corners Municipal Parking Lot.
So moved.
Second.
Be it resolved that the DPW is hereby authorized to advertise in the manner prescribed by law for sealed proposals to furnish a construction of a dumpster enclosure at the Four Corners Municipal Parking Lot. The service contract shall be in accordance with the specifications for this project, and sealed proposals to be received by the town clerk until December 1st, 2023, and then opened and read publicly.
Thank you. Something that we've been talking about, and we're hoping to get to fruition, so we're hoping we get some good bids for this. Roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Authorization to install and remove stop signs within the Beacon Hills neighborhood.
I'm going to move with an amendment. We received a revised version for this resolution, so I will be moving the revised version tonight.
I shall second the revised version.
Whereas it is the Town of Penfield's responsibility to promote and maintain public safety on roads pursuant to New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law, Section 1660, the town board is granted authority to authorize the establishment of traffic control devices on town highways within town borders. The Transportation Committee received requests to review traffic control signage within the Beacon Hills neighborhood. So this, upon their recommendation, this resolution is to install stop signs on Blue Ridge Road, east of Beacon Hills Drive North, and to remove existing stop signs on Beacon Hills Drive South, east of Rockhurst Drive, and Beacon Hills Drive South, west of Cove Circle. Be it resolved that the town board authorizes and directs DPW to install and remove these stop signs.
Thank you. Any discussion? I know at the Transportation Committee, we talked extensively about this, so appreciate that committee and their input for this. Roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Authorization to install crosswalk signs on Panorama Trail.
So moved.
Second.
Pursuant to New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law, Section 1660, the Penfield Town Board is granted the authority to authorize establishment of traffic control devices on town highways. DPW has received a request to install crosswalk signage on Panorama Trail at the southern end of Huntington Meadow. And upon review, the Town Board is authorizing DPW to install crosswalk signage at both ends of Panorama Trail at the southern end of Huntington Meadow.
Any discussion? I know I walk in this area regularly and come back there. There's quite a few kids on families that are walking as well from Huntington Meadow into the Shadow Pines property. So this will be a very nice addition to for safety here and at that intersection of Huntington Meadow and. Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Authorization to install crosswalk signs on Clark Road.
So moved.
Second.
Similarly, that DPW again received requests to install crosswalk signage on Clark Road at the northern end of Huntington Meadow. Based on review, the town board is now authorizing crosswalk signage to be established on both sides of Clark Road at the northern end of Huntington Meadow.
Okay. Another one that I'm always walking
Yes.
through, the other end of it. So thank you. A roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Purchase of one Ventrac 4520Z tractor and blower attachment.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas the Director of Public Works desires to purchase one Ventrac tractor with blower attachment for a total cost of $40,606.64. These funds are available in the 2023 Parks Department budget. Therefore, be it resolved that the Director of Public Works is authorized to purchase this equipment.
Perfect. Any discussion? Seeing none, it's another piece of equipment will be well used in this town, for sure, as Mr. Tate agrees. Roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Awarding a contract for the 2024 sidewalk construction program.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas the town board funds an annual sidewalk construction program for pedestrian accessibility and safety. Sealed proposals were sought and duly advertised for the installation of new and repairing existing sidewalks within our town. On October 20th, we received the attached sealed proposals. The bid submitted by Hines Concrete Co. Inc. was evaluated and found to be the lowest bidder bidder for the specified improvements and meets our town's bidding requirements for this project. Now therefore be it resolved that this 2024 sidewalk construction contract be awarded to Hines Concrete and subject to the approval of the appropriate bonds and insurance and other requirements for the contract.
And as this board knows, we were not able to do any sidewalks this past in 2023, so this will be a welcome addition to be able to get back and have some sidewalk construction in 2024. So look, happy to be able to awarding this contract. So roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Roadway dedications for 2023.
So moved.
Second?
Whereas the following developers or owners have applied to the Highway Department for final dedication of town highways. These have been approved by the Board of Proper Jurisdiction. And so this town board hereby accepts dedication of the roads at Rocco Pines Phase 2, remaining portion of Robert Michaels Run by 104 Contractors. And secondly, the Crossroads Village Trail and Times Square Place by the Arbors.
Okay. Any discussion? Two nice new developments coming to the town of Penfield. So roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Purchase of a 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 4500 HD with insulated bucket service body.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas the Director of Public Works desires to purchase one Chevy Silverado with insulated bucket service body from Albany for a total cost of, from a dealer in Albany for a total cost of $199,297.50. The funds for this vehicle purchase are available in the 2023 Facilities Department budget, and the remaining funds, I should say that a portion of these funds are available from the Facilities Department budget of $125,000, and the remaining funds are going to be available in the 2023 adopted budget. Therefore, be it resolved that the Director of Public Works be and hereby is authorized to purchase this vehicle.
Okay. Any discussion? Boy, DPW is going to have some nice new
Shiny equipment?
Yes, for this winter. Roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Awarding the contract for the exterior stairwell replacement at the Penfield Town Hall.
So moved.
Second?
Whereas the town received sealed bids from FW Construction Corp., New Vista Designs General Contractors, and James & Son Construction Company on October 27th for the exterior stairwell replacement project. And whereas FW Construction Corp. Was the lowest responsible and responsive bidder to meet the expectation and specifications of the bid package, totaling $124,100. The town board approves appropriation of these funds from the unassigned general fund balance as an amendment to the 2023 Facilities Department budget to fund this project. Therefore, be it resolved that the contract be awarded to FW Construction Corp. For these services, with the agreement to be reviewed and approved by the town attorney.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I just wanted to note that as we're reviewing the sealed proposals and then awarding these contracts, it's not always the lowest bidder being awarded, but it has to, of course, we're looking at finances, but it has to be that they also meet the bid specifications.
Good point. Yes.
So we're looking at lowest responsible, but also like meet the bear. Yeah, can get the job done, right?
This is another one, yes.
Yeah, and I just want to comment on the project itself. It's much needed repair. It's going to improve the safety of exiting and entering the basement level down by PCTV. So this is I'm glad this project is getting moving. It was much needed.
Yes. Agreed. Thank you. All right, roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes. Awarding the contract for interior painting services in the library at the Penfield Community Center.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas the town received sealed bids from Westcraft Builders, Inc., Sierra Contractors Corp., CID LLC, Seamless Decorating, and New Vista Design General Contractors on October 27th for this project. And whereas CID LLC was the lowest responsible and responsive bidder to meet the specifications for a bid package totaling $33,180. And whereas the town board approves appropriation for these funds from the unassigned general fund balance as an amendment to the 2023 Facilities Department budget to fund this project in full, therefore be it resolved that the contract be awarded to CID for the interior painting services, the contract to be reviewed and approved by the town attorney.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I'm glad that the library is getting a lot of updates this year and the coming year. I think, unfortunately, a lot of it got put off due to COVID and other things in the works, and then other, a lot of competing priorities and projects for construction. So it feels good to get these moving as part of the budget.
Continuous improvement is what we've been saying here in the town. So, yes, thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Drawe.
Aye.
Kohl.
Aye. Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Ockenden.
Aye.
4 ayes.
Thank you. All right. That brings us, we have no public safety resolutions before us and none for community service. Board, that brings us to old business. Is there any old business before us? Board, is there any new business before us? We have no executive session scheduled for this evening. Our next meeting of our last legislative meeting will be December 6th. 2023, right here. So I will adjourn this meeting at 7:56 p.m. So thank you all, and happy November. Happy November holidays to you all.